y'all? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Designing Rachel Marie. I'm yours truly, Rachel Marie, and today we are going to talk about converting currency. So, as you guys have probably already found out, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I am getting plastic surgery in the Dominican Republic, and that is in May. So I will be getting a tummy tuck with back lipo, that's full back lipo, and a BBL. So in going over there, a lot of the things that I have to pay for, I'll finish paying for when I get there. A lot of my providers take cash, United States dollar, and some things you want to have the Dominican peso for. So my recovery house told me that I probably wanted to take a little bit of cash, couple $100, and convert it into pesos. This would be for tipping people that are caring for me. So when you go over there and you're in a recovery house, you'll have like a nurse that stays with you overnight, gives you all your medicine, helps clean you up, that type of stuff. So you want to treat those people well, because obviously they're treating you well and they're taking care of you. So you kind of return the favor and the gesture, just like any service you receive, you tip. So it is good to have the Dominican peso, so that way you're giving them the actual currency in which they need over there. It gets really tricky when we're talking about converting the United States dollar into the peso. And I did not find this out until I started doing my homework and research, because I initially went to my bank. I bank at Bank of America, and I told them, hey, I'm going out of the country for a little while, and I wanted to go ahead and convert $300 into Dominican pesos. So the lady was like, well, we can do it. You just put in an order and then they mail them to your house. But if you convert it, you would basically get 18 Dominican pesos to one of your US dollars. Now, going into this, I was like, okay, 18 to 1, that doesn't sound too bad. But then something told me to go in and actually do my homework and my research to actually get what the going currency rate was. So you can just Google US dollar to DOP. So US dollar to Dominican peso, and it's an actual calculator that comes up on Google, and it gives you the going currency rate. This can change at any time because the currency rates can change, and you can check this with any country if you're going out of the country. So anyway, I checked it, and at the moment that I checked it, it was 50 to 1. So I'm like, 50 to 1, and my bank just told me they're going to give me 18 to 1. So that means I'm losing more than half of my money just by converting it through the bank. And I don't like that. I'm one of those people, I try to maximize my penny to the max. So when I hear that I'm not even getting half of what I'm giving, I immediately called my bank and I canceled that order. I was like, I'm not going to need that. Cancel that. So at that point, I started doing research. I literally called down there every bank in my area. I called Wells Fargo. I called Chase. I called pretty much every bank I could think of. And every single bank was 18 to 1. So I was like, this must be a bank thing, that the bank is just, got some rate that they're all just competing at this 18 to 1. Everybody's locked in there. So at that point, I just Googled how to convert US dollar into DOP, places that would do it, for different rates. So I ended up discovering that I could do like a Western Union or a MoneyGram, but that was going to get complicated because what I would have ended up having to do was send the money to myself in the Dominican Republic and pick it up there. And that's not something that I wanted to take a chance with, because if I get there, I don't know what all I'm going to have to do when I get there. And I definitely don't want to be having to go to a Western Union or a MoneyGram trying to recover money. So I want all of my stuff to be on me when I get there. I don't want to have to be going places to pick up money. That's just not what I wanted to do. So then I came across a couple other companies that transfer currency. So I ended up choosing TravelX. TravelX is located in the airports. Most of the major airports, there's a TravelX. TravelX basically changes currency. So they will also buy back. If I don't spend all my pesos, they'll buy them back from me. Now, the rate at that moment could fluctuate because, again, currency rates change all the time. So there's no guarantee on what the rate is going to be at that moment. So when I looked up them, and I actually put in my order to convert $300 into the Dominican Republic pesos. The going rate was 43 to 1. So at that point, I'm like, okay, that's a lot better. I didn't think that anybody was actually going to do it 50 to 1 because I assumed, you know, basically it's a business. So any business, they're in it to make some type of money. So if I was only going to lose $7 or 7 pesos to my US dollar, that wasn't as bad as losing 22 to the bank. So with that being said, I was like, okay, we're just going to go ahead and go through TravelX. I also checked with my recovery house because she will convert your money, but she was going to convert it 40 to 1. So I'm thinking to myself, worst case scenario, I knew she would do it 40 to 1. But once I found them to do 43 to 1, I was like, okay, that's $3 extra on top of every dollar that I'm spending. Yep, we're going to go this route. So I converted the $300. I have my receipt here. And they actually just arrived today. So when you go online and place the order, you could either have it delivered to your doorstep or you could have it delivered to the nearest airport and go into the store to pick it up. I chose to just have it delivered to my doorstep because I just didn't want to go to the airport to park and find and figure all that out just to pick up some money. It just seemed like too much of a hassle when I could just get it delivered to my door. So the shipping was $10. Literally, it took it a day to get here. I ordered on Wednesday, it's Friday, and they sent me my stuff. So with that being said, I put in the order. It came out to $310.82 and $310.82. That was the 300 converted, and then the 1082 was the shipping and the tax or whatever. So that came out to $13,100 in pesos. So they broke it up in different nominations. And so I think it's kind of cool because the nominations they broke it up in, it starts off at 100. So I got the $100 or 100 peso bills. I have 3 of those, 4 of the 200 ones, 4 of the 500 ones, 4 of the 1,000 ones, and then I have 3 of the 2,000 ones. So if you guys have never seen a peso, I'm going to show you the different ones that I have. It's funny because when I got on, my kids was like, this looks like Monopoly money. And I was like, no, this is real money. So this is the 100 peso. Let's get to the 200 peso. I think the people on here are actually pretty cool looking. But that's a 200 peso. And then here goes the 500 peso. And here goes the 1,000 peso. And finally, the 2,000 peso. I don't know if 2,000 is the highest that it goes to or not, but that's what they sent me. I might actually do a little bit of research on trying to figure out what is the highest they go to. Another thing that I'm going to do research on is just now that I have these pesos, so I can actually truly understand what is a significant amount of money to tip people in pesos. Because I know like there, if you give somebody $1 US to them, they're like excited. Don't let you give them $5 US. They're like, oh, that's a lot. But I need to understand what exactly, you know, how that kind of boils down. I looked up this one web page and it kind of gave me a little bit of information in regards to like comparing what we would spend on a value meal here opposed to what they would spend on a value meal in pesos. So I don't have to spend too much money in pesos, but this is just, like I said, so I can treat my providers, my drivers, or whoever I feel the need to express some gratitude to. I want to make sure that I had money to do so. Other than that pretty much covers everything that I wanted to really go over today. I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys because if you are going to another country, this is going to be something that is important to know. And I want to make sure you guys don't get beat. So, because if you go to big bank, they're beating you and they're taking your money. So I would recommend TravelX at this point because that's who I went to. It was very painless. They didn't take much off. I can live with that. And Other than that, that's it. I thank you all for watching today's video. I also want to ask you guys, as I do in every video, please subscribe to the channel. That way, of course, I know you guys are watching. And if you do like the information that I shared in the video, please make sure to hit that like button. So that way I know that this information was useful and you enjoyed it. And then also, I will leave the website to TravelX in the comment section below today, just in case any of you have to convert some currency. Well, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye.
Every single day